Day after day, more people come to get. You better get ready now. The whole place slipping away, and it's breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Pancho Man. We are brought to you by HOKA One Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, Today's Plan, Normatec, Four Seasons, Hualalai, Triathlete Magazine. We're here at beautiful Huggos on the Rocks. Our next guest, Mr. Matt Russell. How about a round of applause for Matt?
Thanks for having me, Bob.
I'm so excited to see you back after last year. And for our audience, you don't see this hellacious scar that comes up here. So take me through what happened. You're on the way back from, were you on the Queen K Highway coming back from Kauai High?
Yeah, I actually don't remember anything,
really?
which is
quite good.
Probably a blessing. Yeah, I just know I came out of the water, had my lifetime best swim with I was out of the water with Sebastian Keenly, Lionel Sanders, Cam Wolf, all those guys.
Oh, you're right with the race.
And if I would have had those swim the last 5 other Ironmans, I would have, during this race, Kona, I would have been top 10 hands down. So I was in a good spot. But yeah, I don't remember the accident. So.
Yeah, coming along the Queen K, a vehicle pulled out onto the Queen K, and you were probably going in excess of 30.
34.9 miles per hour.
34.9 miles an hour. And what were the injuries when you hit that van?
Obviously a concussion. I nearly bled to death. I lost multiple liters of blood at the scene. Thankfully, there was a team on me right away, and they applied the right amount of pressure, so I didn't bleed to death. I mean, thankfully I didn't break a bone. I've been pulling out multiple pieces of glass from my neck. I've been having some memory issues here and there, muscles overcompensating, some imbalances, but the main thing is I'm alive and I'm here, Bob.
And exactly that. It's you. How does this change you, the way you race, the way you train, the way you look at life?
It has changed me, and I feel like the Lord has been opening up some doors. I've been doing started doing some meditation. I've changed the way I eat a little bit, and I've been really appreciating every little bit, trying to squeeze, I guess what do they say, the juice out of the lemons.
Yeah.
So it really shows you how precious and how fragile life is, and the Lord has a bigger plan for me.
And as a family guy, how is it in terms of with your wife and child?
It's been great having my son. He was only 3 months at the time of the accident, and he was here, and he's really helped me through the rough moments, because I've definitely had a lot of rough emotional moments, and I've just spent, instead of training, this is the biggest time off that I've ever had to take off, and I just focused a lot of my time and energy with him, and holding him close and having my wife by my side with his support. It's been very tough, but Bob, they say when there's a tough struggle, if you can come out of it, you're going to become stronger and pure. And it's just like the island. The island with the volcano, I had some nasty fog for 2 to 3 months, and all the locals are saying now it's the purest and cleanest it's ever been, the air. So it's like anything in life. And through this whole journey, I've just tried to keep a positive attitude, and really that's you do what you can, and that's what I've been doing every single day.
How hard was it to get back on the bike?
I do all my training on the trainer. Even
all indoors?
All indoors. I did my first ride outside on Sunday. I rode to Hawaii and back, and that was my first training ride outside. And I rode by the scene of the accident. I was a little bit emotional. I was half sweat, half tears rolling down my face, but I felt like I needed to go through that and have closure.
Not have it on race day.
Exactly. And rode through the second time, and I was fine, and I was at peace with it. So I'm doing the right steps. I feel like I'm doing the right steps to be at peace with everything, and it's a journey.
And racing again, how in terms of after this and getting back into a race?
Yeah, it's been it's been a little frustrating. My first full Ironman, I tried doing Ironman Texas, and I had a pretty good race. Started out pretty well. Got off the bike and rode a 4:04, but then started running, and my antagonist muscles, since I severed my neck muscle and my external jugular, my antagonist muscles are working overtime, and that was on fire, and I actually had to walk for the first time in an Ironman. But I crossed that finish line, and I was just so thankful, because it's like, hey, I'm back, Bob. Even I don't have to win it. I'm just, it's like this race. I'd love to get top 10, but and finish what I started last year. But if I come in 100th or 1,000, I'm going to be so thankful to cross that finish line.
How about a round of applause for Ms. Matt Russell? So, yeah, I can't even imagine. How supportive was the triathlon community through all this?
Oh, very supportive. I've had so many people reach out with messages, salmon inspiration, and really, I've had some down days, and that just kind of keeps me going, Bob.
What were the lowest points?
The lowest points, really emotionally, knowing how close I was. Like I said, I severed my neck muscle and my external jugular, and my internal jugular, it was exposed right there, and people really don't know how close it really was. And just knowing how close I was to losing my life, and just being with my family, and when I'm pulling out pieces of glass and having those memories, those are the tough times, and that's when I need support, and that's when my wife and my son are there for me, and I'm not alone. So many people have accidents out there, no matter if it's with a bike or the car, but the main thing is really to keep that positive attitude and be there for each other and support. So, had you done most of your training indoors before this? I have. The last 3 years or so, I've done pretty much almost all of my riding indoors on the trainer. And
in this day and age, you can do that, right? And still get everything. In fact, maybe it's a little more efficient.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Some people can't handle it, but mentally, I just kind of get in the zone and go. I listen to music, sometimes listen to podcasts, your podcast, obviously. And
what a good guy you are. I got $20 for you. There you go.
Yeah, and it's racing an Ironman. It's I'd say it's 95% mental, and all the decisions that we make, it starts with our mind. So I think the training inside makes me strong.
Having you back is really special. We're talking something. It's a year ago, and the fact that you had that fitness, I'm sure, helped with that recovery, because anybody else, a lot of other people wouldn't be back here at a starting line a year later. Thank you for being back here, and have the best race ever.
Thank you, Bob. And my heart's still in it, and I still have the passion, and that's why I'm here. I'm actually really looking forward to the race, and I saw you Saturday morning for that training swim out there, and shortly after I crossed that line in 50-50, which was a huge
wow, that's a big swim.
That's a breakthrough swim. That's like 4 minutes faster than last year, and I was right there with like Luke McKenzie, and I was ahead of Lionel Sanders, and I still have another secret weapon. That's I just swam with a Speedo. I have to put on a swim skin on this coming Saturday.
We're talking 45.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but if I can just make that first swim group, that'd be awesome. I'm just going to take one moment at a time and do the best I can, and that's all we ever can do.
How about a round of applause for our man, Mr. Matt Russell, back here in Kona.
Day after day, more people come to Kona town. You better get ready, cause it's breakfast with Bob.